Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 6.
A North Dakota mother says her daughter's bullying was so severe she moved her to another school district. An acquaintance of hers contacted our whistleblower hotline saying she was concerned the school didn't do enough to protect her. Valley News Team's Rose Itzkovitz looks into the complaints and has the story. It's part of our Battle Against Bullying initiative.
It started with pleas to stay home from school.
For the last couple of months, it's been, my stomach hurts, I don't want to go to school.
Then Heather Hike says her 10-year-old daughter's grades started to drop.
She's a straight A student, always 105%.
Hike says she still didn't know what was going on.
I was dropping them off on Wednesday. She had asked me why kids bully. And
that's when Hike learned the disturbing truth.
Pulled up to the school and she said that somebody told her that she needs to kill herself.
Her daughter started to draw lines on her wrist. Hike first reached out to her daughter's teacher.
I didn't hear anything back that day, and I thought, well, maybe he ended the day or whatever.
The next day, she contacted the principal, and then she did hear back from the teacher. But for an entire week, she says, the bullies were still in class with her daughter.
Which I would think that telling people to go kill themselves should be like a no tolerance kind of thing. He got talked to that morning and then put back in class. So he knows he can get away with it.
A week later, she met with the teacher and principal. She says parents still weren't contacted at that point.
So even though you had been contacting the school and told the names?
They knew for a week.
Hike says she then posted her dilemma on social media. That's when she heard from a bully's mother.
She's like, the school hasn't contacted me. I'm like, what?
Speaking with a school resource officer, Hike was discouraged from posting her experience on social media. When I visited this school, I was told the mother just wasn't informed of all the school's actions because of privacy laws. The school later emailed me saying, in part, Kindred School District is committed to ensuring the safety and education of all students, which includes addressing bullying. But Hike's not taking any chances. As of Wednesday, she moved her daughter to Mapleton.
And the school also sent me its bullying policy, and it does include contacting the parents of students accused of bullying. When I spoke with the principal, she said she couldn't speak on camera, but she looked me dead in the eye and said they absolutely contact parents in that situation. I also had other questions for them regarding the student resource officer's response to the mother, as well as their way of handling students' complaints using what they call tattle slips. But they had no response for those questions. Andrea?
Okay, thank you, Rose. And when one woman found out about the situation through social media, she started a You Caring page to help this young girl know that she is loved, and we'll continue to update you as it progresses. And remember, you can contact our whistleblower hotline if you need help with a serious issue in your community. Call 237-6576 and leave your tip. We'll do our best to get to the bottom of it. 4 dogs are safe and sound thanks to quick work by firefighters who responded to a fire at a home in Grand Forks. It started at 622 23rd Avenue South at about 8:20 this morning. Firefighters found smoke coming from the front entry of the home. They were able to get it under control and rescued those 4 dogs inside. The people who lived there were not home at the time. Investigators are still checking into the cause. Crews say they plan to remain on the scene all night in case hot spots flare up. Grand Forks police are offering a $1,000 reward for information on a suspect in a string of recent burglaries. Since January 1st, there have been 23 residential burglaries that generally happened between 5 p.m. and 10 p.m. Police say the suspects usually get in by kicking open the back door of the house. Anyone with information can contact the Grand Forks Police Department. A Valley City, North Dakota man was arrested in connection with multiple burglaries in Jamestown. Yesterday, 33-year-old James Dennison Jr. was arrested and now faces charges of 2 felony counts of criminal conspiracy. Along with the crimes in Jamestown, Valley City police closed a case from last August where Dennison was allegedly involved in stealing cash from Marketplace Foods. It was a little cooler today, and we should expect temps to continue to drop before snow returns to the valley. Let's check in with Hutch to find out how cool it'll get tonight. Hutch?
Well, cool and windy as we head into the evening hours. The flags at our Dakota Magic Casino camera here, well, they are flapping in those winds that have gusted over 20 miles per hour at times. The radar very quiet across the entire valley as we head into the evening hours. Temperatures will be falling like they have since the early afternoon, 38 earlier today. expecting to be in the mid-20s by bedtime with wind subsiding to under 10 miles per hour. Likewise, mostly cloudy, low 20s by bedtime in Grand Forks. And then we have some wintry weather to talk about. Several rounds of cold and snow heading our way, and it all gets started tomorrow with some light snow. I'll have details about what you can expect as we go through the next several days here in a moment.
Okay, thanks, Hutch. 3 men could face a year behind bars and a $1,000 fine after being charged with stealing a North Fargo man's Christmas tree. We told you about the incident a few weeks before Christmas. Paul Vogel's 20-foot tree was chopped down in the middle of the night from the family's farmstead. On New Year's Day, Vogel found what looked like pieces of his tree in the back of a pickup. He then followed the pickup and saw the driver and passengers. 20-year-old Benjamin Shepard and 19-year-old Brett Braceth of Fargo, along with 19-year-old Kyle Broughton of Portland, North Dakota, are all charged with recklessly causing loss. Emergency crews are still picking up the pieces after a train derailment in southeastern North Dakota. 4 cars on the train derailed, and the 7 other cars of corn tipped over last night in Oaks, North Dakota, which is in Dickey County. Officials say the accident happened about 7 p.m. and may have been caused by the spring thaw. There were no injuries or additional property damage. It's expected the cleanup will be done by tonight and the cars up by tomorrow. A performance audit shows the North Dakota Veterans Home needs to make improvements. A state auditor released a performance report stating that about 1/3 of the Veterans Home basic care beds are empty. Management has shut down a portion of the facility, and employees had not received a performance evaluation within the last year. The state auditor says the Veterans Home needs to ask for help to figure out demand for the facility and the most effective use of the building. For a full look at the report, head to our website, valleynewslive.com. A local boy will get to showcase his ABC talent on the national stage. 8th grader Toby Sharunki from Ben Franklin Middle School will represent North Dakota in the Scripps National Spelling Bee in Washington, D.C. in late May. He outlasted dozens of other spellers to win the state bee in Bismarck. Sharunki correctly spelled millibars to win the bee in the 14th round. Later on Valley News Live at 6, after opening up in Dilworth, we'll tell you where Aldi hopes to set up another new grocery store.